Welcome back, guys. We just got back from church. It was a lovely service this morning. I'm so filled with the Spirit every time we go to our church. And so I'm back here. We've had lunch and we're actually going back to church tonight. I'm super excited about it. We've got like an old-timey gospel group that's coming to sing. And in this little time that I've got left, I've got about 2.5 hours left, I'm going to make a little chocolate pie for my son. I made one last night for me and my husband, which was delightful. And I posted a picture of it on my Instagram account. And my son saw it, the one that lives down the hill. And he's like, Mama, do you have any of that pie left? Which I do, just a little bit. But I thought I'd make him one. Anything to like get your kids back to the house after they've moved out, because I always miss them. So I'm finding out like a couple things, like food brings them back home, and some games. Me and my husband have started playing like Uno after we eat dinner. And I was posting some pictures of that, and the kids were like, oh, I want to play too. So they'll come up to the house and play. So we're learning a few things to get them back to the house. And anyways, and I made one last night, and it takes evaporated milk, and it only took like half a cup. So I still have some. I just didn't have enough pie shells to do two. So we actually stopped after church and got a pie shell. Eggs donated from the chickens. I always wash my eggs because they do come from the chicken coop. All right, I have 18 minutes before my pie's ready. So I need to get my greenhouse watered, just in case I don't really want to have to do it when I get back home from church. It's warmed up quite a bit today. The nights are starting to get cooler here in East Tennessee. And the days are still kind of warm, but it won't be long. The bottom's gonna fall out of it, and it's gonna be cold here. But I'm kind of wondering what our fall's gonna be like here, because it's been really dry, and some of the leaves that are normally starting to turn right now, like the dogwoods, they're really red usually this time of year. They're kind of brown and crunchy, and the leaves are starting to fall off them. So I don't know if we're gonna have a real pretty showing of fall this year. Hope so. I really do. I'm really hoping so. I like to take walks in the fall. I'll usually go to some of the local parks and trails and walk through when all the leaves are really pretty, and I'll put that on here because I know some people live in areas where they don't have pretty falls like this. 4 minutes left. Alright, I'm back in the kitchen again, trying to prepare supper. We're going to take it next door and eat with my mother and father-in-law because they have a harder time cooking right now after they're recovering from their hospital stays. So I'm trying to make a chicken parmesan. I'm going to start working on the chicken parmesan. I'm making some brownies, which my husband is in there licking the bowl, and it does have raw eggs in it. Does anyone out there do that? I did as a kid and survived so many times, but I try not to do it that much anymore, but my husband, he just doesn't care. You licked brownies with raw eggs?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've done it my whole life.
I'm going to get some corn from our garden and thaw it. There are definitely two things that I will not buy at the grocery store, and that is green beans and corn. After you eat them from a garden, you'll never want them again from a can from the grocery store. I promise you. So much better. And of course it is so much healthier to eat from your garden and stuff you grow. You know, I will say I do eat stuff from the grocery store, and we do eat out some. But if it comes down to it, I did learn the skills how to can and preserve food. So that's something you should always know, because you never know. Even if you don't have your own garden, you can still preserve food. It is the next day. It's Tuesday evening, almost 5 o'clock. We've had a busy day of running around and trying to get errands done, things we needed to do. Like I said, my husband's off this week, so we're just trying to winter prep. I'm trying to get my bird feeders filled back up. I use Blackle sunflower seeds, and my birds love those. So I get lots of birds year round, and I'm a bird watcher. I love to see what's coming to the bird feeder. I get a lot of the regular birds like finches and cardinals and little chickadees and turtle doves, but every now and then I get something migrating through, and it's really pretty cool. It's really neat. My neighbor, he has bird feeders too, and we'll kind of text each other if we see something different moving through, and we'll watch out for it. I also get squirrels, and I wake up in the morning, come down early, and one will be sitting in my bird feeder, which is fine, but sometimes they dump like all of the bird seed out on the porch just to be cantankerous, I think. I don't know. They'd rather eat it off the porch floor, but I don't really discourage them because they are kind of cute. Cleaning time. My favorite thing to do is clean the bathrooms, and I am joking. One of my least favorite things to do. And I've got my cleaning products, my Myers Clean Day stuff, and then baking soda. Sometimes I use vinegar, but my husband hates to smell it, so I try not to use it too much, but I do some. I used to that's what I cleaned everything with, was vinegar, but it does stink. I try to find things that are not so harsh, like chemicals, but use kind of more natural stuff, but I also want it to smell good and also be clean. So I don't know, what do you guys use to clean your bathrooms? Do you use like back in the day, I know people use Comet and things like that. Like, I don't do that. I sometimes use like those Mr. Clean cleansing pads, and I clean my shower with those. I've even scraped my shower with like a razor blade to get the soap scum off. I don't know, I did that. I've done that too, but different stuff like that. Now this is my kids' bathroom, but they're not really kids anymore. They're adults and fixing to be a vacant bathroom because Seth has already moved out, and Eli has this bedroom, which he's moving out in about a week and a half because he's getting married. So my husband and I, we have already literally moved up here. We moved up here last winter because it's so warm because of the wood stove. In the winter, it's like the heat rises, and so it's so cozy, and we were like, well, we'll just, summertime, we'll come back downstairs to our bedroom, and that never happened. So we're still up here. We're probably just going to do some freshening up in this room, and just like we did in the room we're staying in Seth's room, and which doesn't involve a whole lot of remodel or anything. We thought about putting some tile up here, and that is probably a weekend project, my husband says, and then we'll put some flooring and probably leave that hardwood because I love my hardwood and I hate to rip it up because it was so expensive anyways. This room has had everything in here for the last, we built this house in 2000, so 25 years. It needs a little bit of freshening up. I probably painted it once, but we'll paint it that light color because it's just airy and bright, and I like that. And then we'll probably put some new trim. So we'll probably just do 1x4s and stain them because that's kind of the look of the rest of the house. And I don't have a major style because I'm very minimalistic and farmhousey. Yeah, I like farmhouse. Y'all see that? Look at that view. It's so pretty. And I can also watch my chickens from up here too.